If you will not be turned, you will be destroyed. Young fool. Only now, at the end, do you understand?
Welcome back to the channels, guys. My Nerdy Treasures here. Jay with my brother Sam.
What's going on, everyone? I'm here with Simple Jack. Inside joke.
Inside joke. Today we are on our way to 100 followers. So obviously, thanks again for joining us. And we're going to be reviewing the Black Series Emperor Palpatine with the throne. And we're pretty excited about this one. This wasn't on my wish list. This was another Sam order.
Yeah, look, man. I know there's a lot of controversy about this figure. I know it's a re-release, but we didn't have Palpatine with the chair, and from the original trilogy. And so once we saw it re-release, we missed the first one, and we wanted to get it, man.
Yeah,
and we meaning me.
I feel like we say that a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, first impressions, the figure, it's a Black Series, right? So it's got the same Black Series quality. They do a great job, I think, for the price point, especially. A little bit lacking on the cloak department, especially with no wires. Mm-hmm. I think they used the same cloth that they'll use for the vintage series, and the problem with that is that it doesn't shape, it doesn't fall, because it's very light. As you guys can see, it doesn't really cover his head very well.
Yeah, it's very puffy, so it doesn't like fall or sit down on the body.
Yeah, but as far as like the articulation, it's the articulation of a Black Series, so it's pretty decent. Definitely, as you can see, this Emperor Palpatine does not skip leg day. I wonder who's
he's been doing squats.
I wonder whose legs these belong to. But the quality is there, meaning the quality of plastic, the sculpting is great.
Yeah,
I like the gloss on the boots. I don't know if we ever saw what his feet look like in the movies, but it kind of fits where the Sith look comes from. And as far as like what the figure goes, it's a great quality. He doesn't have ab crunch. He's not gonna have like super articulated ankles. But
wait. I'm actually surprised. If you look at the ankles, which we probably will in a bit, he has the side swivel in the ankle, and I honestly didn't think that they would give him the double jointed knees and double jointed elbows. So to me, for a Palpatine figure that you're mostly gonna have sitting down or anything like that, it's not bad.
Yeah, he just has to look good sitting on the throne and shooting lightning, really.
Yeah, and we'll review the throne as well in a bit.
Yeah.
So here we can see some of the accessories, the lightning. So Jay and myself, we have a difference of an opinion. It's not a killer for me, but I would have liked maybe a separate accessory for the lightning. But you have a different opinion.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with the sculpting and the translucent. As you guys can see, like it catches light pretty nice. And the lightning comes from his fingers. I don't see how they could have done a separate piece that looked so fluid, I guess, that looks so natural. It looks like it is coming from his hands, and I think they did a good job with the design, and each lightning is unique to its own. Obviously had to have his cane, and it does look very nice. The quality is there. The sculpt of the cane is nice, and obviously of the throne. It's not like shaded. It doesn't have like different paint apps, but as far as like the way that they designed it, it's like you're picking up the throne from the Death Star.
Yeah, you're reliving that moment in the movies, Revenge of the Sith, and I believe Empire Strikes Back, but
in Return of the Jedi too.
No, right, Return of the Jedi. My bad.
Yeah.
Also, I thought the throne was pretty cool. I like the details on the sides, the buttons that are colored in. It reminds us of those scenes where he's using them. I don't think that this figure is a bad pickup, Jay. We'll talk a little bit about the price, which is about $30. We saw it When we picked it up on Amazon
for about 40.
It was $30 though.
Yeah.
And right now figures that come with one head sculpt and two hands, McFarlane, are about $30 anyway. And for the most part, we're starting to see these figures come out. So for the price, I think it was a great pickup.
Yeah, no, the value's definitely there. And he looks really nice with other lines. You guys had seen, this is the Mayfex Luke Skywalker from the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian. With another Black Series Darth Vader. Right. You guys had also seen with the SH Figure Arts Anakin Skywalker. So like it's gonna scale nice on your shelf. If you're needing a nice Emperor Palpatine, this is actually a pretty good one. As far as final thoughts go, my biggest problem with this was the cloth material and the lack of wires, especially in the hood, because it's so iconic. You know, like having the hoods drape around their face. And instead of like just floating around, this wasn't, that to me was the main reason why I didn't pick this up. I'm like, I'm not going to buy, you know, a figure that's not going to look, but you know, obviously my brother picked it up and here we are.
So what do you think?
I'm glad
now that we have it.
I'm glad that you got it, and you guys are going to see it at the end of the video. We did a little bit of customization there. You know, my wife, she actually sewed the end of the tips of his hood, and it looks infinitely better. Yeah. And you know, I'm happy we got him. I'm happy we got him.
Look, the face sculpt is there. I really love that we get 3 different faces for him. And I think they nailed it as far as the facial expressions of that menacing dark figure that Palpatine is.
Yeah, and I do gotta say this: Black Series have improved immensely in their face sculpts.
Also, here's my biggest gripe with this figure, really, honestly, was the marketing. If they would have shown in the marketing images, that this figure was going to come with this type of cloth, at least I knew what I was going to buy. Yeah. But they marketed it as it having the wired on the hood.
Wired in the marketing.
And I think that really upset a lot of people. So if you're going to do this, that you gave us, this type of cloth, just include it. At least we know what we're going to get. And it's already, you know, kind of forewarned to the person that's going to buy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely misleading. Almost.
A little bit misleading. Yeah.
It's definitely misleading.
Just a bit.
But, at the end of the day, you know, we're happy we got it. I'm glad that you picked it up. And now that we have a decent Emperor Palpatine, I don't know that if I need another version of Palpatine. I mean, with the throne.
Maybe Revenge of the Sith. Maybe.
It's so powerful, maybe. Man. It would have to be like maybe an import level.
My little green friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, he looks really good. Again, like the facial expression. Sorry.
Simple check.
It makes him look very good. They captured it very, very well, and as you guys can see in the photography, we tried to get it as best as we could. To get like those iconic moments, and that's why you get an Emperor Palpatine. So yeah, that's today's review, guys. Glad you guys followed us today. Hopefully you guys kind of tell us what you think about this figure. Did you pick it up? Would you pick it up now that you kind of know and see what he's capable of doing? In the next video, we're going to discuss a little bit about this recap of the month of May. Yeah.
It was a big month for Star Wars, bro.
Yeah, Star Wars has been making a comeback in a way. Hopefully, we want Star Wars to be what it was before. Andor, I believe, I've only heard good things about it.
Yeah, and you know what, Jay? I think we've talked about it before. I wasn't a big fan of the first season. I rewatched it. I liked it more. It didn't kill me. I think, I gave it a pretty good rating, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. But this season blew me away. Blew me away.
And real quick, guys, here you can see that we edited the way that the hood looks. So it's infinitely better.
It's a big difference.
It takes the figure to another level because that's what he looks like. Yeah. That's Sheev Palpatine.
Yeah, man. Oh, always hooded.
It makes all the difference.
He's the creature in the darkness.
Yeah. He's menacing.
In the shadows.
He's the Emperor.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
So, yeah, again, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's review. In the next video, we'll recap a couple of the things that are going to be released. some of the things that we pre-ordered that are excited about.
Yep, some honorable mentions that we didn't pick up, but May was a huge month for Star Wars, so we want to talk about what our anticipated figures are.
Yeah, and then you'll tell us how it went in theater when you went to see Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Jay, I think you would have loved it, man. 4DX is the way to go. So we'll talk about it, though.
I missed it. So hopefully, again, you guys enjoyed today's review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we'll catch you on the next one.